predators come along, the best place to be is underground. They've got a lot of predators, as you could probably imagine. Lots of things like to eat small mammals in Africa. Oh, one and a black one. So yeah, birds that high, they know that that's probably going to not really bother them too much. A single threat that could become a bigger threat, I suppose. An alarm call. And it basically means, guys, just keep on your toes a minute in case this bird gets closer. The last warning call is of course run away and run very quickly, hearing noise, just to let the others know there is something around, and just keep your eyes out basically. Not too much of a threat at the moment, but... A little bit careful with him. Stay there. Well, that's very low, isn't it? The birds don't really like that noise, you can probably imagine. Oh dear, what was that, boy? A few flaps and the rest of the time he just glides. Up you go. Ah, you dropped it. We'll try that one again, that does it. There you go, good boy. But also they are known...
They get a little bit confused, and generally birds of prey, they absolutely hate each other as a general rule, but these two are an exception, okay? In fact, in the wild they are sort of considered arch enemies, if you like, okay? It just depends sort of... Oh, hello, how's it going? Get down. So, yeah, it just depends sort of where you're from. A lot of people call them brown owl, a lot of people call them tawny owl. But obviously, if anyone from Ipswich is... That's right, Pete, come on in. That's it, good girl, well done, there we go. Give her a little round of applause, that's nice. So, yeah, tawny owls, you know, they have sort of depleted. The owls are strictly nocturnal, okay? Now, obviously, as we all know, okay, pigeons aren't exactly the cleanest of things, let's be honest, okay? I'm not going to sit here and call them rats with wings. Go away. Well, that didn't work, look. Sorry, there you are, well done. Yes, no, that's the thing, that's a good girl. So, oh, alright. You've attracted my bird and I've attracted yours, Steve. There you go, good girl. So, you know, but like I say, if you see a tawny owl, hello, well done, good girl. You got there eventually. So, obviously barn owls like 20, 30, 40 years ago lived in barns, and they were actually encouraged to live in barns by the farmers that owned the barns. And the reason why is that was free pest control. Why pay someone £200 a month to come out and sort of deploy rat boxes and things, when you can have a barn owl there doing the work for free, okay? You're feeding the barn owl, and how you can help the barn owl by building boxes, putting them high up in trees, and barn owls will go into those boxes and groomed and grown. The barn owls will actually have to go over the hedgerow, over the top and back down onto the other field, causing a natural obstruction for the barn owl to avoid these cubs. And it did help their numbers. We are seeing a massive increase in barn owl numbers recently. They are doing very well for themselves, and so are the tawny owls, okay? You can see them around. You're more than likely to see barn owls around, especially at dawn and dusk, when the sun is rising and when the sun is setting. So keep your eye open, they are there. You know, or over the top of it, look, there you are, Sweet Pea. I mean, I saw a tawny owl the other day. I was driving home from work at about 9 o'clock the other night, and I was going down a B road near Needham Market.
This time he hasn't recently. He is famous for one thing. Okay, good boy. He is famous for hovering. He's very good at it. There we go. So yeah, again, another common little bird all across the UK, but they are found all the way into Europe as well, so hence the name Eurasian kestrel, or European kestrel. Again, you can commonly... And the only thing is, when he's up that high, where are you going? I can't go all the way over there, can I, Rio? Oh dear. Probably with Rio, he tends to... Boy, here we go. Good boy. Well done, well done. Good boy, good boy. Keep it. There we go, that's a nice one. But yeah, he can... Good boy. Up. Good boy. Go on, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. Good boy. Doing very well today. That shouldn't want me come out here with Rio, because he never used to know how to hover. It took a good year to train him. Good boy. Good boy. Rio, don't go into the sun, I can't see you. There we go. And every time we bring him out...
Wonderful assistant Steve, he's going to release the 3 red kites, Nessa, Ring and Jester. And as Liz is rubbish at multitasking, you know what they say about women, I'm kidding, I'm going to do the commentary so that Liz can concentrate. Ring and Jester. Alright, our 3 red kites that we have flying. We're incredibly proud of our red kites. Well, Nessa and Bryn, they were from the same 3, or maybe even just the 2, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're from the same clutch, and they're now around about 8 or 9 years old, okay? And Jester, he's the youngest of the 3. Alright, he was 2 years after Nessa and Bryn, and he came along, you know, and he went off somewhere else to do some more display work elsewhere. Oh, Nessa just tried to catch a pigeon for herself. But anyway, yeah, which is easier said than done, believe me, okay? So we started off with just Nessa who got past that little hiccup, okay? Just taking them both out on occasions and sort of getting them used to flying together. And that was when we brought in being more aerial, okay? Because normally it was just one catch and then sit down, and then one catch and then sit down again. And then, but no, myself, Liz and the other falconers, we tried to get them to be as aerial as possible, because that's how you'll see them in the wild, okay? They are very, very good at catching insects. He's able to pass that piece of food to his beak whilst he's on the wing. Now, it doesn't sound that impressive to you, but if I asked you to go and sprint the length of the flying...
Go on. And the tail would do all the rest. With Pungi, she has to over-emphasise. So rather than just doing this, she has to go like that. Herself down is going to be a bit of a problem. So what she has to do is she has to actually break up her aerodynamic shape. And she does this by dropping her legs and rocking her body from side to side. You know, like these guys wobbling out of the air. And when it actually comes through, then they have this short tail that is because they're what we call a serpent eagle. She eats snakes. Now, she's not going to come tumbling out of the sky, grab hold of a snake as she goes and then go to fly off with it, because if she grabs it in the middle, it's going to turn around. There we go. So she's going to land on the floor and she's going to walk towards the snake. And what she will do is she'll open up her wings, she will raise the crest on her head, stop cutting the grass, and she will puff out all of her deep plumage on her chest, a little bit like body armour, okay? So that deep plumage helps to protect her, also it's insulation. She could pop a tennis ball, okay? A snake's skull is no challenge for this bird. So this is how they hunt their snakes. But what she has is this very short tail, which means that she can quite simply step backwards, and not many birds can do that. She's one of the very few birds that can actually step backwards, hop backwards, and keep out of the way of the snake. So they are perfectly adapted, evolved design. Now the other adaptation that she has is her feet. You'll notice Pungi, she's got these beautiful red feet. And all over her feet.
But again, the warning still is in place. Don't stand up while she's flying. You might get a very big headache at the end of the day if you do that. Come on then, darling. There we go. Right, this little character here, I say big character here, this is Meerkat. And he's one of our largest owls at the centre. Not the largest, but one of the larger ones, I should say. And he is, in fact, one of the most powerful birds we have at the centre as well. Meerkat, I'm not ready, am I? Okay. Hello. You can come down here for that one. Why he's called Great Horn, can't you? He's got a lovely fetching hairstyle there, hasn't he? Go on over there. And this is a trait of all eagle owls. He's part of the larger family of owls called the eagle owls. And to be an eagle owl, you have to have a few features. The first one are those quite a unique trait. They've got a very colourful eye, have you noticed? All eagle owls have either a nice golden or yellow eye. And there was a bit of debate many, many moons ago as to that, whether this signified their habits or not. A lot of people used to believe that an owl with these coloured eyes were diurnal, they were daytime hunters, but it's not strictly true. In fact, he's mainly nocturnal or crepuscular, if you can say that. Don't say it after a few wines, it doesn't come out right. He wants to, if he's hungry enough, he will. Good boy. Here we go. Now this, oh Berkey, I was going to call you around the back row. I was going to pick on the back row, but he's not letting me. Being too quick today. I won't pick on you lot, don't worry. And because of this diverse habitat, it means their prey is very diverse as well. They will hunt pretty much anything they can come across. They've got a very broad diet. Their diet will... One of those days today, isn't it, Burkett? Good boy. Now, Burkett, like most owls, or a lot of owls, are ambush predators, or still hunters under the brush. Good boy. But these birds are also known... Did you enjoy your haircut there? Don't go down there. These birds are also known to take other bird of prey as prey. Now, he's got another...
So I'm going to pace a bit. I'm going to fly a falcon for you. This is Locke. And Locke is our most experienced falcon here at the Owl Sanctuary. He's now 10 years old. He's called a ladder falcon. There's a bird that you find out in Africa and the Mediterranean. There we go. Hopefully my microphone won't completely die for me whilst we're doing this. And they preen and all those feathers get in the wrong place, in the wrong position, so pond. Okay, and they go up very, very high. They could go up a couple of thousand feet. You know, a couple of thousand feet up, we can't see him. You see a pinprick up there, disappearing into the clouds. But like I said, being the prey, I don't want to get caught on a little mini stoop. There we go. So he's going to try and catch me out. He's going to use a few different techniques, but today I have the advantage because the sun is, so he can't use it to ambush me. And today his game is going to be pure persistence. Okay? Climbing above me and dropping on top of me, making it harder for me to judge like this. There we go. Good lad. Now the game goes on until somebody gives up. Now if he's unlucky, Brett's going to be fitter than he is. But of course if that happens, he'll have wasted all this energy. Every beat of his wings, he is burning energy. He didn't even try that time. Good lad. And he, with food, Brett's going to make a silly mistake. He'll be able to manipulate it and bully it into making a silly mistake. And to be honest, when you fly into the lair like this, you do get the idea of what a pigeon feels like when it's under attack. And you definitely start to get tired quite quickly. Now look at his wing shape. Long, pointed, tapered wings, designed for cutting through the air at speed. You know the brain goes up, and he knocks it out of the sky. Give him a big round of applause. Rainbow land like people think it is. Okay, it's scary, you die out in the wild. And if he was sitting on the floor for too long, another bird of prey or a hyena or something is going to come in and it's going to eat him. Or it might just steal his lunch, so he's put all that effort in and not got anything to eat. So he might starve to death later, okay?
Padlock and release the beast, okay? So the next bird, well, she's going to come out, all right? And you notice how I've put some plant pots and some cones on the floor, okay? This is not a circus act, I promise, okay? We are trying to get Xena to display some natural behaviour. So, a little scenario. Let's imagine that we're on a beach, okay, not at the Suffolk Owl Sanctuary, and a beach, more importantly, on the Falkland Islands, okay? Because this, or the Falkland Islands, is the only place where this bird actually lives. Now back to the beach, okay? So we're on the beach and we're watching Xena, the striated caracara, tipping over pieces of driftwood, moving pieces of driftwood out of her way and finding any insects or scrubs that may be underneath. So when we first got Xena, which was about 2 years ago for Xena, so it makes it very easy for Xena just to hook her talon in there and pull it out of the way and she can have the food underneath. And then shortly after that, we made it a little bit more challenging with the cones. There's nothing for her to grip onto, really. It's quite slippery. So you notice how she's just trying to push it out of the way and trying to claw it, and then run into it just to push it over at the end. But the plant pots are much easier for her. So we've given her rewards with every piece that she tips over. And now with the whole going up to the mound, obviously, you know, on the Falkland Islands, it's incredibly windy, so they would do minimal flying. They would really try not to fly when at all. Recently discovered that she was very fat, okay? She was highly overweight and she was getting very bored, so we decided to switch up her routine a little bit. At this point before, we would walk Xena along the audience, but last week she ate a 4-year-old, okay? So we're not going to get her to do that again. I'm kidding, she didn't really. So what we're trying to do is just get Xena, you know, to use her brain, use her wings, travel up to the mound on those big long flights,
all the way up to Jess and then all the way back down to Liz again. She's stopped beating us up, because she does beat us up an awful lot. You know, when she figures out exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, these birds are incredibly intelligent, and we need to constantly change everything. Otherwise, they just get bored. Okay, they're getting bored because she takes her boredom out on us. And it's been known in some cases that they take their boredom out on themselves, so they'll start self-harming, okay? And obviously we cannot have that. So we're switching up the routine a little bit. As you can see, she's getting a little bit frustrated. She has to do more than one trip up to the mound. She's quite lazy doing that. But at the same time, we do still stick to the old routine. The next bit would be the bow. She can see the light at the end of the tunnel. As you can imagine, it must be very frightening for Xena to go through there. She doesn't know if she's going to get stuck. She doesn't know if something's going to eat her, but she still does it anyway. Good girl. Give her a clap. Well done. There we go. She's doing everything without sort of beating Liz up, which is always good. So again, you know, she's just going to have to take another trip up to the mound. Getting the blood. You've got enough power in their feet to open up your fridges, your freezers, and your cans, okay? They will eat literally anything they want, okay? So, you know, they'll break into your homes through dog flaps, cat flaps, open windows maybe, they'll pull windows open, good girl. And last but not least, they'll go through your trash as well. Give her a round of applause, there we go. So, now that things have got a little bit more organised, you know, obviously hundreds of years ago we'd just throw our rubbish out onto the street, but now it's organised, it's more hygienic. It's different birds, don't worry, it's not the same birds. That would be incredibly boring for you, and it would be incredibly boring for me, alright? So hopefully we'll see you then. If not, enjoy the rest of your visit, have a safe journey home, and take care. Thank you very much.